Welcome to the Morning Call and for joining us wherever you are. Now, the political dialogue that was being conducted in the Democratic Republic of Congo came to an end by parties involved signing a 12-page document that has still left a lot unresolved. Now, mostly affected, according to those involved in its drafting, were the electoral calendar, the electoral register, and security during the electoral process, including people and property. Now, however, there are concerns as the document does not offer or address certain subjects like the fate of President Joseph Kabila or what justifies the postponement of the election dates. As Kabila's term draws near, what will happen on December 19th amidst threats of demonstrations and pillocking is in the country. Now, we have a story for you planned and taking a deeper look into it. Have a look.
Various stakeholders have agreed to postpone the presidential elections in the Democratic Republic of Congo to April 2018. The agreement provides also for the management of post-December 19th, the date of the end of the second and final term of President Joseph Kabila. There are those who choose to go at war, then discuss after. We have chosen to make peace, to avoid war. This agreement is the best for peace and democracy. It is the voice of reason which has triumphed. It is the voice of wisdom which has also triumphed. And finally, the people have won. Yes, I think that the agreement will be respected. It is the wish. If the agreement is not respected, we hope we do not fall into the cycle of violence. Otherwise, we believe that the agreement that has been signed will be respected. According to the draft, President Joseph Kabila will remain in office until the installation of a newly elected president. He will manage the country with a prime minister from the opposition.
For several weeks now, the international community has been on the case of authorities in the country. Heads of diplomacy of the European Union called on Kinshasa to hold elections as quickly as possible in 2017. While in a meeting in Luxembourg, they published a very firm statement, leaving a threat of individual sanctions against those who will be an obstacle in ending the crisis. Meanwhile, the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court has said she is deeply concerned about the worsening political crisis and violations to human rights in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In a statement published on Monday, Fatou Bensouda indicated that the violence that occurred during the protests called by the opposition in September could constitute crimes within the jurisdiction.
Felix Tshisekedi, he is a journalist and a political writer in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Good morning, Felix. We have to ask a question of how the opposition factions that quit this dialogue when it was underway are reacting to the document.
Mais par le rejet, bien entendu, c'est un dialogue.
By the rejection, of course, it is a dialogue that does not concern us. Besides, we had referred to it as monologue, to show that it's happening between Kabila and some of those who wanted to be included in his camp. They have simply reshaped the composition of their camp. We were not interested. And also, if you look at the strange conditions in which they got all this, you will understand that everything was done to simply benefit one individual, Joseph Kabila, so that he ignores the constitutional provisions and that he has a blank check to continue making fun of the Congolese people and the constitution.
Continuer à se moquer comme ça des Congolais et de la Constitution.
Now, Felix, you're having considerations that this agreement might not bring some serenity into this whole crisis.
Certainly, because there is a huge frustration on the part of the population. There is a constitution that exists in this country and has always governed the political life. This constitution granted 2 mandates to Mr. Kabila, and his second term expires on the 19th of December 2016. Because of this dialogue, President Kabila has the opportunity to spend more time in addition to this constitutional recommendation, and so put the country in a sort of instability, uncertainty, and of turbulence based on nothing. I must say that the Constitutional Court did not act right. So that means that after the 19th of December, all institutions will fall into illegality.
Donc ça veut dire qu'après le 19 décembre, toutes les institutions tomberont d'illégalité. Parce qu'ici, nous savons...
We know very well that the Constitutional Court was not at all objective, and therefore such a situation may cause instability.
Une situation d'instabilité.
Well, Felix, lastly, what would be an alternative solution to this whole crisis?
Oui, et ça va continuer. It
will continue, and we will continue to put pressure. We will mobilize our people, and together we will take responsibility and stop this adventure, which could plunge the country into a chaotic situation. We will take our responsibilities as the opposition and make sure we are heard as strongly as possible.
En tant qu'opposition et nous faire entendre le plus fortement possible.
Thank you very much for joining us. That was Felix Tshisekedi. He's a